was a son. He was devoured by earth. There was a God. They call him the Father. And there was a means to make a valley with grace out of this hole that I've dug for me.
Good morning and welcome to Healing Our Brokenness, episode number 38, entitled Grace and Truth. Relationships are hard, and it doesn't matter whether it's family, friends, co-workers, it can all be challenging. They can be very messy because we are messy people. And one thing about relationships is that they require time, energy, grace, and love. When disagreements arise, and they will, we can be so intent on wanting to be right that we can damage the relationship even more. God tells us in His Word, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. We shouldn't be foolish and pretend that the truth doesn't matter. When we ignore the truth, we train our minds and our bodies to slowly downplay the cues that they tell us that something is wrong. Only applying the truth can also bring in legalism. And because God gives us grace, we are able to extend grace to others. Only applying grace without truth and boundaries leads to being taken advantage of, an out-of-control situation, and the other person constantly pressing the envelope to see how far they can go. Then we will no longer be infants, tossed about by the waves and carried about by every wind of teaching and by the clever cunning of men and their deceitful scheming. Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will in all things grow up into Christ Himself, who is the head. And that's taken from Ephesians 4:14 through 15. There are individuals in my own life who have hurt me dearly, and I cannot ignore the revelation of the truth that healing has brought me. At the same time, if I focused only on the truth of these situations, it would make my heart bitter and very cold. The truth is that we're all broken individuals. And since we're all broken individuals, we all have sin in our lives. And if it wasn't for God's mercy in eliminating certain people and things from our life, it's particularly my life, I could have very well gone down the same path that they have gone down. Offering grace and truth to people doesn't mean restoration of the relationship. And sometimes we get that confused with, we get the restoration of the relationship, reconciliation of the relationship, confused with forgiveness and offering people grace and being kind to them, even if we're no longer in relationship with them. And it could mean actually that grieving what is no longer there, accepting it, and the ability to move on is what we would have to work on instead of the restoration and reconciliation of the relationship. So for today, I want to leave you for food for thought with, who is it that you are only applying grace to? And in your turn, not allowing boundaries to come in. Who is it that you're only applying truth to and allowing legalism and the law to come in, which God has done away with the law by the death of His Son on the cross? And then lastly, who is it that you are dealing with in grace and truth and living that example, truly living that example for? Thank you for listening to episode 38, Grace and Truth, and healing our brokenness. Until next time.
He gave more than I could have known. He turned those valleys into places to learn, instead of burn and perish away. And nights never so cold without His grace. How could I say that I've seen the world from His great love? How could I know what He could love? How would I've seen what He had in store for me if I didn't give up and let Him be my valley of grace, where things would change and maybe they'd take up the cross high again? The valley of grace never was the same after He had died. The love that refines, so much I wish I could give back, but I'm not intact to be sharing all of that. You took the price to give me that life, and now it's never gonna fade away. When I see I need more of Him, He whispers the sweetest of mercies upon my ears, and I won't go back the way it was again, again, again. And now a valley of grace where things would change. I've seen the lights